Ladies and gentlemen, family of Awake and Reclaim Youth, this is the moment where we're going to highlight all of the best moments of 2022. I don't know about you, but 2022 for me was a year where I stepped out of the grave, and I know God is calling you out of that grave. Many of us were recovering from a pandemic and coming out of what was COVID and all of that was just such a terrifying year, and God brought us out of it. And honestly, I can say that God has amazing things planned for us and set for this Awake and Reclaim Youth. Many of us maybe had it hard and had difficult moments with family, with friends, even with our own personal moments, identity, with finances, whatever it is. But I know that throughout this whole 2022 year, I was able to see God's fidelity. And I was able to see it specifically here in the youth. God had used many of us, many words through the altar, through the worship team, and through many of us as leadership, as kids, and as children of God. So let's take a trip back to 2022 and see the best moments. Let's start from the beginning. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, but most importantly, who shows the way. And Pastor Edgar and Pastor Crystal are honestly my ride or die, my number ones. They have helped many of us, and I know them themselves have achieved many great moments this year. This year, they had many firsts, many beginnings, and many, not just beginnings, but it's gonna go far for them. I know this year it was Nathaniel's first birthday, his first year. And in this first year, there was a lot of marks for his life as well. He began to crawl, he began to walk, he began to do so many things that we have just fallen completely and madly in love with him. I know as well, Pastor Crystal, she got herself her new car, whoop whoop. And I know the way that it goes from the top, it goes all the way to the bottom. As well, our Pastor Edgar went from being elder and promoted up to pastor. And I know God is going to do amazing things with you too, the way he's been doing it through all of 2022. With messages and series that they prepared specifically for the word of this generation. It was words that honestly just impacted my life. First Love February, The Prodigal Son Returns, The Keys to Revival, and Gratitude of Attitude were just some of the series that were said and taught this year. And honestly, those series were just amazing. It was a you had to be there moment, but honestly, there's more to come this year. Seeing behind the scenes and seeing your sacrifice, your prayer, how beautiful it was for you guys to seek the presence of God really impacted the life of many people, especially the leadership. And I know you guys have taught and instructed us, and you guys have invested your time in us. Whether if it was personal conversations, personal time where we were just venting to you guys, and maybe we seemed like a big nag to you guys, but honestly, we thank you for that because you guys honestly put in time and dedication to our lives. And you disciple that you're sitting there, maybe you're like, maybe that was me. And in this past year, we were able to see that. You gave us the opportunity and the privilege to many of us to be able to spread the word of God.
Is that you cannot worship a God you don't know.
No puedes adorar a un Dios que no conoces.
You can't worship a God that you just don't have a relationship with.
No puedes adorar a un Dios que no tienes relación.
But what I love about this as well,
Pero lo que me gusta de eso también,
that you can be anybody.
tú puedes ser cualquier persona.
And if you're sincere,
Y si eres sincero,
God will receive your worship.
Dios va a recibir tu
If you're
adoración.
sincere,
Si eres sincero,
He will receive whatever it is that you're doing for Him.
Él va a recibir cualquier cosa
You know,
que
this
estás
might be your
haciendo por
first
él.
time here.
A lo mejor es tu primera vez aquí.
And you just say, I don't know what this is.
Y dices, ni sé qué es esto.
Matter of fact, I don't even know where I am.
O ni sé dónde estoy.
You know, maybe I don't know who brought me here.
Ni sé quién me trajo.
You know, but in reality, it's like if you just open your mouth
Pero realmente si nomás abres tu boca
and you say, God,
y dices, Dios,
I really don't know you because I'm new in this,
no te conozco pero porque soy nuevo,
but here I am.
pero aquí estoy.
He's going to see that,
Él va a ver eso
and He's going to love that,
y Él va a amar eso.
and He's going to receive that in your heart as worship.
Y Él va a
That
recibir
every step you take,
Que cada paso que usted
whatever
toma,
your hands touch,
lo que tocare tu
will
mano
multiply
se
and
multiplicará.
will change many
Y va a
lives.
cambiar vidas.
Because the Holy Spirit will speak through you
Porque el Espíritu Santo va a hablar a
to
través de
transform
ti
the person that is in front of
para
you,
transformar a la persona frente de ti,
next to you, behind you,
atrás de ti, al lado de ti,
to deposit who God is,
para depositar quién eres,
to wake up.
para despertar.
Because the person you come across with
Porque la gente que te va a cruzar
has dry bones.
tienes huesos
But you
secos.
can tell them, I'm here to tell you that God is alive.
Pero tú le puedes decir que Dios está vivo,
That every dry bone comes back to life.
que cada hueso seco viene
That
a
you have
vida.
flowing rivers, not one but multitudes.
Pero una multitud,
But no,
pero no
because we're shy.
porque nos da pena.
Now, if you know us here, we're so family oriented, and obviously family always has to pick at each other. So here's some bloopers that I hope you guys are gonna enjoy of this 2022 year, because I know I did.
What's up, Awake and Reclaim? I just have a quick reminder. There's no youth service this week. If you want to know why... Wait, can you look that way? YouTube. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, guys?
We don't want to share it.
Okay. Okay.
Está haciendo okay.
Okay.
For the very first time this year, we had our first ever pre-conference surrendered. And honestly, it was a milestone, a stepping stone for us youth. I was in awe being able to see the presence of God just outpoured over the youth. We had over 100 youth attend and many souls were saved during this event. We were able to see the hearts of many restored, the hearts of many just molded and created like new. We were able to see many youth surrendering their hearts, surrendering their lives, surrendering their desires to the feet of Christ. And honestly, it was just such an impactful conference that we had. We were able to have word from Prophet Vivian, a person who God has just been using in the most outrageous, extraordinary way.
¿Sabes lo que Dios va a hacer en este tiempo?
You know what God is going to do in these times?
Te va a hablar tan claro,
He's going to speak to you so clearly,
directamente.
directly.
Listen to this.
Escucha esto.
Y tienes que estar dispuesto
And you have to be willing
a
to
rendir lo que tú sabes
surrender what you
por
know
esa voz que te está hablando.
for that voice that is speaking
A
to you.
rendir tus planes
Surrender your
por los
plans
planes que Él te va a hablar.
for the plans that He will
A
speak to you.
rendir tus proyectos
Surrender your
por los
contracts
proyectos nuevos que Él te va a hablar.
for the new projects
Tienes que
that
estar
He
seguro.
You know to be sure.
Hay gente que te va a decir, no, este no fue Dios.
They're gonna tell you this wasn't God.
Hay gente que te va a decir, no, estás loca.
People will tell you crazy.
Pero tú tienes que estar seguro.
But you need to be
Que
sure.
en ese cuarto,
In that room.
que en ese momento,
In that moment.
fue Dios el que te habló.
The pre-conference was not only our first, but we had our first welcome party, our first baptism, and our first ever workshops, and God was just manifesting himself through each event. We were also able to reach and expand the word of God through our social media platforms, through Instagram, through Facebook, through TikTok, and now through YouTube. We were able to reach over 60,000 different accounts.
Hey! Come on, man! That's too easy!
So if you haven't followed our page, follow our page now. The name is gonna appear somewhere on our screen. Go like and share our page. And to end the year, we had our annual A&R Youth Retreat, Back to the Intent. During this retreat, we were able to have so much activities, so much communion, so much fellowship time. Many of us were able to just expand our circle and meet new people and be able to not only find identity, but be able to find ourselves in what is the love of God. During these times, we had multiple sessions where we were able to see the love of God just explode over this campsite, over the youth, and it was just something that touched and ministered my heart. We were able to see the youth just poured and broken, but not broken of a heart, brokenhearted, but more broken in the spirit, where they were just able to feel God's love. Many people were able to feel the heat. Many people felt the peace. Many people felt a weight lifted off of their shoulders. And that was just them simply receiving that love, that hug of the Father. At the end of this retreat, we were able to see that many people received their identity and many people were able to return back to the intent that God created them. I want you guys to close your eyes for a moment. Really, close your eyes. And I want you to just have a flashback of this whole year. And I want you to think of every moment, even the hardest moments that you went through. And I want you to realize that God took you out of that. I want you to see now the person that He is wanting you to become, the person He is calling you to be. 2022 was not just any kind of year, but it was a year to prepare you for 2023, for the calling that He has for you. So this 2023 isn't going to beat us because He already has the victory. So 2023, we're coming for you, and we're coming bigger and better than ever. We the youth, we rise up and we stand, because this is us.